Live on tape from our beautiful studios in downtown Darden Prairie, Missouri, it's Morning Star Church's Reality Check. And now, here he is, your pastor and mine, Pastor Mike Schreiner!
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Woo!
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here.
Yeah, but we're going to do this. It's always good
Yeah.
to be here on the reality stage set, but I got to say we weren't planning on this.
No.
We did it last August. Big hit. Everybody loved Reality
Yeah.
Check. So we're bringing it back.
Back by popular demand.
Bringing it back this August,
Yeah.
but when all this coronavirus stuff hit, we thought, hey, we need a reality check.
You
And
bet.
I don't know about you, but I've been driving around, and
ya?
I'm seeing nothing. Like
Yeah.
on the streets,
Right.
restaurants are doing carry-out only,
Yeah.
grocery stores, items, nothing but ramen noodles there. No sports on
Right.
TV. What's this
Right.
world coming
Well,
to?
I went to the gym myself and was surprised to find nobody was there. It was biceps and back day.
Yeah.
And, I'm really worried, Mike. I'm worried about how to keep this temple happy.
Well, I would wonder too, but my question is, what temple? what God are we
Well,
talking
yeah,
about?
it's the ruins of Athens is what it is.
That's great.
Thanks
That's
for
great.
nothing.
Hey, there's some serious stuff going on, really, right? And yesterday, I put out a blog. Hope you saw the things that we're doing here to respond to this situation. Doing a lot of online. Celebrate Recovery tonight, Thursday night, 7 p.m., and then Renovatus Saturday at 4:30, and then Sunday morning worship at 9 and 11. But that's not all we're doing, right?
As a matter of fact, did you hear about this last week? We have, our teenagers, they meet here normally, meet in the building around 6 o'clock. Well, they went Instagram live
Cool.
last week, 6 o'clock. We had 90 teenagers
Wow.
all gathered around their
Cool.
own screens at home. And then get this, the U version.
Right, the
like-
Bible app.
Yeah,
Bible
right,
app.
Bible
Right.
app. And they have a Bible studies there. And we have 25 teenagers who are doing a Bible study together online every day.
That's
Isn't that
cool.
amazing?
What about our kiddos?
Well, Miss Laura and Miss Kristen are working on that. In fact, they're going to be sending resources to our parents at home where they can lead their own Sunday school kind of
Right.
deal. And I understand that Professor Posh is coming back into town. And so every Monday, they're going to be sending out deals for the kids to be entertained and then kind of kick off what their next Bible study is going to be.
I'm glad he didn't take that trip to Italy.
Yeah,
like
right. Yeah,
because he would not have been able to.
Professor Posh travels a lot, but he never leaves that little house out in the back. That's all he does.
Love it. Hey, our executive team
Yeah.
met this week, had some energizing conversations. We decided to bring some other things. And so just as a reminder, we've got 9 a.m. Every weekday, beginning next Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., a long story short devotional where one of our pastors are going to lead that live on Facebook Live. Then at noon, we're going to have pause for prayer. And you can be able to share your prayer concerns, and we'll just kind of lead a time of prayer there. And then every night, Monday through Friday, we're going to have Morning Star Prime Time,
Right.
where we've got a different segment, kind of giving an update of how ministries are continuing to engage in spite of what's going on.
That's
Pretty
right.
cool stuff.
That's right. Yeah, it's good stuff. In fact, we're one of the prime time, Mike.
We're on
We
prime
made
time.
it to prime time.
It's important stuff.
Yeah.
It's important stuff. And hey, I want to thank you for being here. Usually our host, but
Yes.
tonight you're our special guest.
I'm the guest.
You're the guest.
Okay.
We ran out of.
It's slim pickings.
But hey, as our executive pastor of ministries, it's great to have you because we've got a reality check that we need to talk about our financial condition here at Morning Star. So I'm going to invite you to put the stool away. Let's go to the couch and desk.
Wait, I get to sit on the couch?
You've been upgraded. Title.
My mother said I'd
But
never
no
amount
raise.
to anything. I wish you could see me now.
Looky here.
It is true, Pastor. One of the things that our church had asked us to do in the past was to be much more upfront and honest with all of our finances. So many times we just want to kind of gloss over the hard news and tell them the good news about what's going on. And the truth is, they want to hear the reality of how our finances are doing.
Well, we're people of faith, but we got
Yeah.
folks who can give us the reality,
Yeah.
and we just want to share that with
Right.
our congregation, responding to what they've shared with us, right?
Well, the first update I would tell them would be in the year 2020, our overall giving is up. Now, I want to remind you about 10 months ago, we kicked off the campaign Plus Side. The Plus Side campaign is actually a debt reduction campaign for our campus and our property here. And so that is the reason why our giving has increased. We're giving to both an operational fund and to the Plus Side. And so overall, our giving is up. However, every dime that is given to Plus Side goes straight to debt reduction. So it doesn't help us in our operating budget. And in fact, if you just look operating budget to operating budget, our money is down. Our giving is down this year over last.
So what does that mean in terms of, kind of next steps here? What's the executive team been talking about?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. One, this virus rolls in, and now we're online. And so we have 1 week under our belt. We have about 50% of our folks give regularly online.
Right,
And so it's an
huge
automated
help.
giving kind of thing.
Yeah.
That actually gave us half, but then we actually bumped another 25%. So we were we were actually down about 25% over a regular weekend's offering just in 1 week. So you can imagine we're starting to run numbers.
Right.
And we're starting to try to get an understanding of what it is that we can do. In fact, our CFO, Patty Fry, ran some very conservative numbers. Obviously, our offerings are going to fall off. And so what is it that we can be doing in order to kind of combat that and continue to do ministry is where we're at.
We're talking about obviously a spending freeze,
Right.
staff, just mission critical kind of stuff. Talking
Right.
to the bank
Right.
also about interest only, maybe moving to an interest only payment system for the
Right.
next few months.
Right, exactly.
And we had a couple staff.
A couple staff things that I'd like to let everybody know about. First off, we had 2 staff members who had given us their notice. And they were in great standing with us, but they just God is calling them to a different place. The one had said he'd like to stay through March, and we had actually talked him in. Could you stay another month for us?
Easter.
That would that'd get us through Easter, get us through confirmation, and then this came along, and so we just went back to him and said, "You had offered to do that. Would you still do that?" He did, and no hard feelings there. Everything is great. But he'll be moving on. And the other one was one of our guys who wanted to go back to graduate school and got accepted into graduate school.
Wants to be a pastor.
Yeah,
and
wants to teach in a seminary. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
and he was going to be with us through May, and we asked him to take that extra 30 days as well. It was no problem for him as well. And so we've had to reduce our staff already by 2.
So that's 2. Any other changes to staff coming
Well,
up?
but I tell you, we want to not change. We want to hold firm as we can. I tell you, in case you didn't already know, our staff is second to none. What a great team we have here. They care about our community. They give over and beyond every week, and they're just great. So we're trying our best to hold on. Now, in the past, when we've come to things like reduction in programming and staff, our church has said, boy, we wish you would have said something to us about that in advance as opposed to just making changes based on because they would like to respond. And so that's kind of that's one of the reality checks that we want to ask here. Listen, before we cut back any more staff or before we cut back any programming, we want to let you know, hey, this is where we are. We're already down 25% over the first week. This is where we are. This is our reality check.
And if folks want to help, if they're in a place where they can help, we know that
Yeah.
not everybody is
Right.
during this season, right?
Yeah.
We got folks who have already been, kind of outsized and they're not able to help. But for those who
Sure.
Who are working from home, life
Sure.
has changed, but financially they're okay. What
They've
would
stayed the
what
same.
would you say?
Well, a couple of things. One, I need you to do what you can to do it this time. One of the things that you're going to find, this is America, and whenever we come up to crisis like this, Americans give. And I would say to you folks, hey, listen, you've got a place where you can give in time of crisis. It is your church. This is where you serve. This is where God is blessing you and your family, and you can bless others in our community. And so when you start seeing these pleas, they're going to be everywhere for this and that, and they're all great causes. I would say, first and foremost, remember your church. This is where God has called you. And so we would ask you to do what you can to support us here.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, all the things you do for us, brother, all the ways that you serve and lead our staff and provide direction for our congregation. And now it's time for us as the church to kind of step up and remember that in times like these, the world, our community needs the church. More than just being a building, more than just offering a worship service, and those things are important. But now, when we can't come to a building and we can't gather physically for worship, we're going to provide that in different ways. It's time for us to actually be the church, the hands and feet of Jesus, and offer hope, which is, man, if there ever is a time that the church needs to be the hope of the world, it is right now. So, church, let's do all we can do. We're going to be back next week with our second segment of Reality Check, where we're going to be joined by the leadership of the New Hope Resource Center, and they continue to do great things even in the midst of this crisis. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time on Reality Check.